inside look at a unique program that's building local business. Starting your own company isn't easy, especially in the food industry.
But one entrepreneur is trying to change that, funded by a $3 million government loan she says is helping local food startups get off the ground.
And I took a trip down to Hope and Main in Warren to see how it all works and if that money is really helping grow the state's economy. What I found was a rare Rhode Island job success story. This 100-year-old school in Warren may have closed years ago, but inside,
the white chocolate caramelizes.
Kathleen Bellici can teach you a thing or two about biscotti.
My tagline is dunk, crunch, yum.
Her mother-in-law taught her how to make biscotti, but it's Hope and Main that taught her how to launch her own business.
A little cooler.
Bellici's Best Biscotti is one of almost 70 startup food companies in this culinary business incubator, the brainchild of Lisa Raiola.
I was going to start my own small food business, but I needed a code-compliant kitchen. It's really hard to get financing, and it's very expensive. When I was shown this school, I can have a co-working space that would make it much less expensive for people to start food businesses.
First, she had to get approval from voters in the town of Warren to buy the school. Then she had to secure the funding. Success in the form of a $3 million loan from the USDA. Now the nonprofit provides low-cost, low-risk access to shared-use commercial kitchens and storage space. It also teaches these businesses how to launch their product in a way that's code-compliant, helping culinary newcomers cut through the red tape.
You come to me and say, I've got this, it's my grandmother's recipe for pasta sauce. And so, okay, you have to figure out how to get it into a jar. What is the nutrition labeling for that jar? What is the cost per jar? We provide all the classes for them, their licensing, packaging, labeling, distribution.
Businesses pay an hourly rate month to month. 1 year in, and Raiola tells me they've created 80 jobs, a carefully calculated number. Every 32 hours a business spends at the incubator equals one full-time job.
So even if it might be a lot of people working part-time to create 32 hours of throughput, that equals one job.
In 3 years, she believes they'll go from 80 jobs created to over 230. And her hope is that Hope and Main will give startups like Bellici's Best Biscotti the tools they need to grow and graduate to their own brick-and-mortar business. And Hope and Main tells us, according to data they pulled from the Rhode Island Department of Health, 4 out of every 10 new food businesses headquartered in the state over the past year are at Hope and Main. New details now on a story you saw only on Eyewitness News, building local business. Dozens of Rhode Islanders are bringing their culinary dreams to life thanks to a first-of-its-kind program called a Culinary Business Incubator.
Now, we first told you about this at 5, how Hope and Main in Warren is using a government loan to give these food startups the tools they need to launch their campaigns and companies, creating jobs along the way.
And new at 6, we introduce you to some of the tasty creations born at Hope and Main and being sold at a store near you.
So what we do is we take the jars, we put our spice mix in them and our fresh garlic.
You could say Ziggy Goldfarb was in a pickle, laid off from his job just one day after attending an informational meeting at Hope and Main.
And then after that, we have our brine boiling in a steam kettle over there.
Or you could say it was fate.
It was kind of in the back of my mind, and I kind of wanted to do it, but I wasn't quite sure, and that was kind of the kick in the butt I needed.
What began as a hobby, making pickles at home, has now morphed into Fox Point Pickling Company, a Hope and Main success story.
Over 80 stores in 6 states. I've won awards in Yankee Magazine. We're out on monthly.
His is one of 70 startups here at the Culinary Business Incubator, which takes entrepreneurs from recipe to product to brand to business. Each company pays on a month-to-month basis based on the hours they spend here per week. Full-time Johnson & Wales professor Peter Kelly had wanted to break into the candy business for 15 years. He says not having to risk it all to start his own business was too sweet a deal to pass up.
Starting up your own brick and mortar kitchen retail facility is really cost prohibitive to most people. And it's not like I have $100,000 hanging around that I could just plunk down and then you have all of your routine maintenance and overhead, et cetera, et cetera. So this really gave us the place to do it.
Now his Anchor Toffee is sold at stores all over the state, and his online business is taking off too, with orders coming in from as far away as Arizona. And for more information on these companies and where you can find their products and how you can sign up for the Business Incubator program, just head to our website, WPRI.com.